Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, the ruler of the underworld, and Happy New Year, everyone. I know we are 7 days late from announcing it, but this is my first video of the year, so I thought it was necessary for me to say it. So, yeah. And today we'll be back to the newest chapter of My Academia that came out. Also, this chapter came out on the 5th instead of earlier, so another reason why we had to wait a bit of a while. But regardless, the new chapter of My Academia, chapter 411, titled History's Greatest Villain. I mean, I don't really know if Shocker would be really the history's greatest villain. Like, this isn't even like a thing in the future and how whole thing's gonna resolve itself. But I mean, in terms of like impact, like what is greater? Smaller period of time causing big destruction, of All for One's multi-generational causing destruction and chaos situation. But whatever, I guess you can consider Shiraki's the greatest villain in history. I mean, he definitely deserves more of the title than some other villains in New Age Shonen that just kind of exist. So yeah, anyways, we start this chapter off in a Vestige world, and I guess this is supposed to be like one of those time-shifting things where we, start technically a little bit in the past. Actually, last chapter before Leku learned that he doesn't have danger sense anymore. And not he doesn't have the fact this is colored in the black, and I don't remember if these Vestige world was always had black around their panels or if not, but regardless, it's pretty much supposed to be taken in the past. As there we have, I guess the Vestiges all seriously all talking to Izuku, as one of them is like trying to get him to stop being sentimental, as one of them says, "Don't cling to sentimentality." As they have Yoichi, that's I think his name was Yoichi, right? As the orphan's younger brother saying, "Bringing Tomoshi Araki is our entire reason for still existing. This fight has long since been passed on to the successors." As there we have the fourth, no, fifth All For One user saying, the Black Whip guy saying, "But man, until the kiddo finds a way to break past that regen wall, it's feeling like a losing battle." So it's kind of like one of those things. It does not really matter if how Izuku's sentimentality or what he feels about the situation, because even with it, Shiraki's abilities and all that make it too difficult to actually achieve anything, and especially his regeneration. Although to be fair, funny enough, Michael Demon's regeneration is actually not that impressive. So at least the way how the near high end almost kind of was showing it, as something like Hood or no, the normal show that, but I guess Cherokee does have a bit more of those two regeneration. But we also have the fourth user be sensing danger approaching, as he's Osiris, as then we see when Cherokee touched them last chapter, as we have Shiraki's hand appearing from the clouds. As then, I'm not sure if that's what's sending them all down, or if it's the fourth one, just kind of all having them all, pushing all of them down, regardless he pushes them all, regardless they all fall down, especially in the way it looks in this panel, actually it does look like he's pushing them down, as he kind of, as one of them he screams, the second user specifically screams, "Shinomori!" Which doesn't come on, was Shinomori someone who was a part of the revolution, or was he just someone who they just kind of knew off to the side? I want this. Maybe it's gonna be revealed in the manga volume. As then we have Shamor screaming as he's kind of being grabbed and taken away, be like, "The knife is in your hands!" As he's going away, as the thing disappears, like basically showing us that how the whole transportation goes. Because it's kind of funny, as then we cut to the present, like I thought it was a flashback, a bit of a flashback page, as we have the fourth dude screaming, "Kiddo, the fourth! Shinomori and Danger Sense, sense has been stolen away!" As we have Shiraki kind of like testing, kind of like working with his danger sense, like, it's kind of sensing a bit. As Shiraki's like, "That unbroken chain of inherited might, the power that drove my masters up the the wall. My master up the wall. As if like, nah, I don't share his obsession, but hey, whatever helps me destroy you. Basically, like confirming it. Oh yeah, he doesn't go after All For One because he wants it. It's more like, if I take it away from you, I'm gonna have an easier time destroying you. I'm taking it away from you, kind of deal. So yeah, it makes sense. As then we have cut to back to the Vestige world, as we see the chair that Shinamori was sitting on disappearing, as the sixth user says, just like that, he's gone. His chair too. As then we have fifth user saying, the creep busted into our psych space and got one over on us like it was nothing. I mean, can you guys fight back in this space? Because it seems to be kind of implied there is no fighting back. But regardless, we did now have Izuku using Black Whip plus Fudging plus Gear Shift equaling in Black Chain. Well, he sure is using Gear Shift a lot now for something that's supposed to be very limited of a usage. And yeah, I'm assuming some of these stuff might be clarified in the volumes, or maybe it's gonna be mentioned somewhere. I mean, I don't know. We'll wait and see on the volume releases situation going on. As then we have the black chains going all over, as Shigaraki just seems to, I think, dodge them around. He's like, oh, no wonder you could dodge all my attacks. So yeah, I think this is Ukifum is just he's using Danger Sense to dodge now. Basically, be like, oh yeah, so all of your dodging was because of Danger Sense. So yeah, this kind of confirms that Shigaraki could have damaged them and finished the spell faster if it wasn't Danger Sense. As now we have Izuku realizing he's using the fourth Danger Sense now. As they have Shiraki upside down, be like, my destruction can start with the biggest pain in my neck, you. So yeah, basically, you're in danger now, Izuku. As we have Shigaraki now get a wide grin and screaming, you can't pretend you didn't see me crying, was that it? You are still hung up on all that, Midoriya. Yeah, I've moved so far beyond that. Kind of like, the knot, and all that type of nonsense. It's, not all that. As then we also have Shogun screaming, are you seriously still treating me like a human being? Take a good look at me! As we have like this far push away and everything, like Shogun used to like some kind of force attack, maybe that like palm attack or something, whatever. Just sent Izuku away. Izuku has to cover himself with Black Whip. He sent them away for miles and miles and miles. Then we have Izuku finally like, and then Izuku's Black Whip is kind of like being bouncing on like a ball as Izuku is getting out of it. But he's still like damaged. He still took some, like he managed to like avoid the worst of it, but he still got some blood and all that. Tricky Dog's kind of exhausted. Oof, oof. As his mask also starts falling off because of all the side effect damage. As you have Izuku saying, by wrapping myself in layers of Black Whip and focusing solely on defense, I can stave off the lethal blows. So yeah, like I said, avoid most of it. And then have Izuku be like, as his mask completely crumbles, like he's not even able to hold itself together, and will be like, oh, my mask! As I see All Might when he was there at the. I think this was. I'm not sure if this was when. Actually, no, I think this was. Wait. No, I think the location where Class 1A brought Izuku back and the place where All Might Matt was the same area with All Might statue and all that. Although I think, at least I think that was where they were. As we see All Might looking down in that panel at the mask that Izuku just dropped, as Izuku remembers the mask. All Might brought back to me. As Izuku's kind of like, kind of more chill, honestly. Like he's bleeding and all, but he's not like, okay, time to regain my conscience a bit, my focus. As then we have the third user showing up saying, right, you only just equipped that in order to keep breathing in those rolling waves, but now look where we are, thanks to his haphazard rampage. So yeah, he's been explaining why the mask was necessary. As then Izuku like looks back to see where they are, and he looks at he sees Mount. Izuku's like, we are so close to Mount Fuji. Okay, is this supposed to be a significant thing now? Because I'm kind of forgetting. Was there anyone in Mount Fuji that might be necessary to remember? Like, was that where the no? I don't think that. I think the heroes that went up against All for One's group in the beginning were with with Redastro. Well, where the Panama Liberation Front was being formed, and that's where they attacked, and that's where they were, which I don't think was next to Mount Fuji. Nor do I think Mount Fuji was the area where the Pussycat training camp was. So I think that's just kind of a big Japanese. Like maybe it's like one of those lore things. Like maybe I knew more about the lore of Mount Fuji. There might have been more of a significance there, but I'm kind of forgetting it. Again, I know, but at least I don't know if there was some kind of significant meaning to Mount Fuji. Maybe it's just supposed to be like a kind of seeing the distance kind of thing, like where they were and where Mount Fuji is, and if you like put the two together, it would be like one of those things. As then we have, anyways, we have the third you saying right as gear shift is where right as gear shift's wearing off. So yeah, so I'm assuming this after this is gonna be when the consequence is gonna hit real badly. As then we have the third user saying, keep in mind, he's only stole on a quirk, and that doesn't affect your overall physical boost. So, yeah, it's basically like he didn't steal like a physical boost quirk, he just stole like a more sensory type, well, he stole a sensory type quirk. So as we give him a explanation on the effects that this has, as he says, your raw strength is stocked up in one for all, not in the quirk factors. So you've just gotta survive until you're all recovered. Uh, Third, you do realize none of you have a healing type of quirk, right? You guys have a very much more of a boosting your senses and strength quirks. So yeah, we also have like a picture of the first and All Might standing there as we have like this cup that's supposed to represent the power of All for One. So basically All for One itself is the physical strength, aka only All Might, and the second first, well, all other quirks are their own separate things, so it's not like losing one will result in losing speed or stuff like that. Anyways, we have the sixth saying, shouldn't he use the power he's got left to escape and save himself? As he's thinking more logically, as then we have this fifth look at him and being like, for you for real, Anne? As Anne tells wait, is his name Go Banjo? Why do I want to say the fifth is Ogo Banjo now? Maybe I just remember that randomly. Regardless, we have the Anne telling him, Shinomori and his danger sense are what saved us a minute ago. But the next time that monster lays a hand on the ninth, he could snatch up every single one of us in his grasp. So this confirms that if Shinomori wasn't there to like sense it, he could have just stolen everything. The reason why it was like one at a time isn't because of some kind of restriction, but because of they were saved, but one sacrificed each other. I'm assuming that I'm assuming that now after this chapter, they probably just gonna be like in a circle, like making sure. Okay, there shouldn't be any unexpected hands appearing right now. We shouldn't let that. Although I'm kind of wondering if All for One or Yuichi were the ones taken. If they either one of the two was taken, if they could, then the All for One itself would be taken. But regardless, they're not in danger because it's like it only takes one, or it could be even less. Well, it could take either as many as there are, or it only takes one. So now he's a bit panicking, realizing the situation because now it's even closer to lost than it was ever. As then we have Anta saying, we'll all be stolen, and that's the end of that. Since again, like, I mean, it's like one of those times where you really do kind of question who can really resist because everyone else is kind of out. Like, I don't mean like this is one thing that I do hate in final arcs and series where they are supposed to be like in the final dramas in the final portion, yet it feels like so many characters are still standing, they could still fight back. Here, it really does feel like there is no one left because not only would Izuku loses everything, but pretty much every other hero is out of it. Like they don't have, they're either needing hospital treatment really badly, or they are so far away they can't really do anything. Like if Shiraki kills Izuku right now, he can pretty much do whatever the fuck he wants at this point. Like there's nothing that could go up against him. But anyways, as we have Izuku and his messages communicating, talking amongst each other, we have Shiraki flying right next to. Well, we have Shiraki flying towards Izuku as he descends down. As he tells Izuku, "You think I don't see you, Phantom? Chit-chatting about a plan to run away? I bet." So yeah, Izuku, I'm assuming that because of Shinamori now that he's also able to see what's going on. As we have Anne being like there and like, oh shit, he even knows about our plans now. As Shiraki is like, please now, and he says, running and hiding is how you bunch got stronger, so I gotta destroy you before your next great escape. So basically, be like, you guys have been winning and surviving because of your running around. I am not letting you run around this time. I've seen how many times how that ended up badly for us, and this time it's not gonna happen. As Ezra was saying, as he's like trying to walk towards it, he'll be like, I'll destroy and destroy until you got no place to run. Cause Spinner was totally looking forward to that flattened horizon I'm gonna create. Interesting that he mentioned Spinner here, because I think this might come into play later. As then we have everything around Shiraki getting decay. I think that might be because of. I'm not sure if that's. Or getting destroyed is more like. I don't know if it's decay exactly. It's kind of ambiguous on what exactly this destruction is. Maybe it's one of Shiraki's quirks. Maybe it's decay. I'm not certain. But we got Shiraki is walking and everything just kind of gets thrown up in the air and destroy all the place. Shiraki says, Fuji will be sunk by the time I'm done with it. Oh, maybe just a scaling feat. That's also a possibility. As they have Shiraki looking around himself and all the beautiful destruction is causing, like, yes. As they have the messages being like, Kiddo, he chased you here on purpose. The mountain will erupt when his decay hits it. Oh, so that's why Mount Fuji's referenced as a eruption thing. So yeah, wait, that's how it works. Wouldn't Shiraki's decay just maybe it's like supposed to be like a feat thing? Like maybe if I mean I don't know really where Gosha is going, but I could see this be like kind of used as like Shiraki's redemption or something, or not exactly where the thing is exploited, but then like Shiraki, if All For One takes him over or whatever moment, he just decays, or maybe because decay lava is going towards his Zuko, he's not happy about it. He's like, all right, I did not want him to endanger you personally, so because I will do it personally, not because of volcano. So maybe he just destroys lava itself. I'm not exactly sure where the whole erupting volcano will come into play. As they have Anne screaming, Yuichi, this one is no proper successor to All For One. Seriously, Anne, now you're freaking out and saying stuff like that? Like, I get that why you're in drama, but come on, Anne, like, it's not like any of you would be able to escape at this point, and, like, quite frankly, your options are limited. It's pretty much confirmed they can't be anyone else. And to be fair, I do get why Anne is saying this, because this was, like, a bit of a discussion, like, will Izuku be able to commit to it or not? As then we have Anne's things of he delights only in destruction. He is ruin incarnate. As they have Izuku getting ready, as he's like clenching his fist, be like, no, it's all somehow connected and somewhere inside you. As we get a special of Happy Shiraki, which I think at this point that panel has been like years since then. As we have as then we have we can remember his conversation with Uraka before the battle, as he thinks of she's a person. Well, actually, I think that's what the Ochaku told Izuku when they were talking about Shiraki and Toga. Ochaku says she's a person too, and I have no clue what's obvious for her, like what she takes for granted. As then Izuku ends the chapter with saying it. Well, the full sentence is somehow connected and somewhere inside you is a person. as we have Shiraki's final panel. It certainly seems to be going a bit. I mean, it's supposed to be him. Are you seriously still think there's a person inside me? Which makes sense that you would say that, since one thing that's been pretty recurring is like, these guys are not human. Well, they are no longer considered humans. Like the Nomus are not considered people. That's why we can have them be killed left and right. Like why you can have All Might killing that. Well, I don't think All Might killed Nomu. I think Endeavor was the one who's killing Nomus mostly, and reason why other heroes kill are allowed to kill Nomus mostly, and while other villains are arrested. That's kind of the thing about Izuku, about Shiraki, that they no longer consider him human. He's just a monster at this point. And I think even I think a few chapters ago we even had other heroes like refer to Shiraki more as a monster than a human. So that's kind of a thing that's going on here. We also think have so yeah, that's the thing here. And I think the reason I'm not sure if this is gonna go Talk no Jutsu route or something else, but I think what they're gonna use for I think what Deco will argue, or at least try to like reason with, is that you used Spinner. You called Spinner by name right now, and you said how he wanted to see this your warped horizon. Like again, I kind of get the impression they might use that angle, since it was like it is kind of. I mean, this is like one of those things that I'm not sure if this is caught because Japanese audience doesn't like villains, or if this was just generally caught so the story can end faster or what. But there does seem to be there's a lot of like setup and build up towards Shigaraki and Spinner's like friendship, or at least mention their friends kind of deals. So Spinner being like the one who's the most devoted after the whole My Villain Academia arc, as well as him being like the one that kind of starts the whole thing, like the first who really starts to like question, as well as like the first one who sees Shiraki's actions. The fact that when the All for One takes over Shiraki's body, you have Tomo Spinner mentioning, "You're not the Shiaki I played games with, or the one I was talking with video games with, the one, so I was surprised how much we had in common in terms of video games. So it does make me wonder if this is gonna lead to a more fleshed out flashback between Spinner and Shigaraki, and I'm kind of getting the impression that might be what we'll be kind of leading to. I mean, I don't know if this is gonna be like a pure Talk no Jutsu situation. I hope not, but we have to wait and see. Or maybe this is like what's gonna like awaken Shiraki, or maybe like again, I feel like Nana not being taken by Shigaraki and Spinner can like these not being taken by Shigaraki and Spinner's friendship and Shiraki and Spinner's friendship might be a big thing to like I guess reason with or get on Shiraki's morality or something, or again like it's kind of all over the place. It's Shiraki gonna be the final one? Will Off One take over Shiraki's body? Will something else happen? Like again, we can't really tell exactly where this is going for right now. I mean, we know it's a final battle, but to be fair, it's just as likely we're gonna cut to something else next chapter. Again, we still have no idea where Kurogiri, Aizen, and Zenmark are, and those two things are supposed to have a fight. We have the other escaped Tartarus prisoners that no one gives a shit about, but Itaki haven't been defeated yet, and apparently Sarah was going to have a big moment this arc, but Sarah has been so far away from the story so far that, I mean, what can he even do that could be major in this situation here, but we have to wait and see on that front, so we will see what's going to happen. Now, I'm kind of imagining this one way or another. I think Nana being taken by Shiraki is gonna happen, and something about Spinner and Shiraki's friendship is gonna be used. Because again, if Izuku still sees Spinner as a human, well, Shiraki as a human, then you would want to go in one of the most legitimate friendships between that Shiraki had, which is AKA legal villains named Spinner, because again, those two were the gamers together. So it makes sense in my opinion for that something like that to happen, but whatever. Anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.